Alright, what's going on guys? It's Almond. Welcome back to another Wizard101 video. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to defeat Khonsu and basically farm him, because I know a lot of people once they get to this fight, they're going to be kind of struggling, but it just depends on how you are as a player. I feel like most people might already understand how to do this fight, and then there's like a majority of people who just don't understand this fight as a whole. So we'll talk about the fight and what did he drop and everything like that. So there's that. I've already uploaded guides, at least I'm pretty sure, at least, you know, because obviously I'm recording these ahead of time, but all the other guides should be uploaded, like Loon Knight, Taking Tree, and Mother Sun. So be sure to watch those videos if you are wanting to farm those bosses as well. And yeah, join the Discord. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, of course. I do appreciate everyone that's been liking the video, subscribing, or even sharing the videos around. It does help out a lot. And if you do want to see the slides that I show in the video, join the Discord. There will be a section. I don't know by the time this video goes live or by the time the update comes live, I will be posting them in the Discord. So be on the lookout on the Discord. And yeah, so let's talk about Khonsu, and is he difficult or not? Honestly, I don't think he's really difficult. It's just more of a time-consuming fight. Is it on like Loon Knight level? No, by far no. The fight is pretty straightforward. I think at first I kind of was like not understanding the mechanics. I mean, but that's just how it is with any fight, right? If you go into a fight blind, you don't know what's going on, of course, because you've never experienced this fight. Once you've experienced it and you understand what's happening, then you can just adjust and basically make a better strat, right? So the strat for this is going to be a little bit different compared to every other video I do. Usually with every other video, I just show you guys, you know, basically like a little table that says, you know, all 4 players and what they have to do. This video, I'm not actually going to be showing that. So we're actually going to be talking about what's actually going on in the fight rather than tell you about the strat, and I'll explain why. So what does Khonsu drop first? We should talk about that. Like, is it even worth your time, right? So what Khonsu drops is the hat and robes. Now, these hats and robes are equivalent to Dreamweaver. So that means if you do not want to farm the Nightmare Dungeon, right, because of a skill issue or you just can't find people or it's difficult, whatever, you are going to be farming Khonsu, right? You genuinely are. Now, keep in mind, if you already have Dreamweaver gear, you already farmed the Nightmare Dungeon, maybe you don't want to farm Khonsu, right? Maybe that's not for you. I believe everyone should be farming the hats regardless, because they do give a balance split on them, right? Just different item cards. Maybe that's not for you, right? So keep that in mind. He also does drop the tier jewels, triangle jewels, and power pins. So if you do want to craft all that stuff, you are going to have to defeat him 30 times. So it will take a minute. It will take a minute, but honestly, would you rather do Khonsu or would you rather do a full-on Nightmare Dungeon? That is up to you as a player to decide. I'm going to be telling you Khonsu is easier, but hey, you can decide for yourself. So let's talk about the casual strat before we go into some cheese strats. You know, some shenanigans, some almond cheese, you know? So in this fight, you basically get polymorphed into a random mob, right? There's different mobs you can get polymorphed to. I didn't have that much recording of Khonsu because I was busy doing other things on test round, but basically he will just polymorph you into a bunch of different mobs, right? Each of your team members. Now, if you go in with the team, like a team of 4, you keep in mind that you more likely are not going to be unpolymorphed into a wizard. You are more likely going to be staying as a polymorph, but I guess it's the best way of saying it. But you basically have like this set deck, and this deck will give you a card that's initially a 10,000 hit. Each of these forms have a 10,000 hit. Once you basically do that or cast a 10,000 hit on Khonsu, he will unpolymorph you and polymorph you into a different mob. Now, if you do have less wizards in the party, you do have to essentially deal with his other cheats. Kind of confusing, I know, right? But basically, if you have less wizards in the fight, you guys will all actually be unpolymorphed and turn into like your actual character, be a regular wizard. You will have like your set deck that you ran in with. So at that point, you do just feint stack and just kill him. I mean, I know it's not written on the slide, but that's literally what you do. You just feint stack and kill him. I did have footage of me soloing him, but I don't know what happened to the footage. I'm just side note. I don't know what happened to the footage. So I would have inserted that right here, but trust me when I say this, he does unpolymorph you guys to like a regular wizard, and then what he does is he polymorphs into different arc bosses. So he might polymorph into Malice there, he might polymorph into Morganth, Old Cobb, or even Design. So he has like those 4 different polymorphs that he can switch into. But you only get that cheat essentially if you're like soloing him, you're with 2 wizards or 3 wizards. If you're with a team of 4, you basically are just polymorph the entire fight. So you don't even get to experience those other cheats. So essentially you just do 5 of those 10k hits of each polymorph, and that's the final fight. Sounds pretty easy, right? Like I said though, if you have less wizards, you will have to like feint stack and you know, just kill him with anything. The 7-pip hit, you can just hit him with an AoE. Sure, hit him with a 7-pip, you know, why not, guys? Hit him with a 5-pip, 7-pip, do whatever. King Art, I don't know, like anything along those lines. He's not that difficult, like that wise. Like he's just more just like tedious. That's the best way to put it. Tedious is the best way to put it. He's not Loon Knight level. He's definitely not. He's just more of just an Aeon of Atavis type of fight. But it's just way more easier because achieving your 10,000 hit is really not that hard. It's just a matter of getting your pips, passing a whole bunch, and boom, do your 10,000 hit. And you just do 5 of those and that equals 50k, right? Pretty straightforward. I don't think I have to go too far in depth about that. Now, I know some players are going to be asked, oh, if I just have less wizards, can I just like, you know, kill him? Or like, can I just we do one 10k hit or like 2 10k hits with like 2 people and both of us get unpolymorphed and then we just Scald Incendiate him? Theoretically, you could, right? You could. Is it quicker though? That is situational, right? That's why I didn't include that in this video, because the thing is, your polymorph's random, right? You can't like force yourself to be in a certain polymorph. Yeah, you can float and come back a whole bunch, but it's not really worth your time if you do that, to be completely honest, right? This reminds me of a whole bunch of other fights where it's like that something like that has happened. So yeah, don't just flee and come back a whole bunch. You're kind of just going to ruin it for everybody. So just stick with whatever form you have and just play around your deck. And you know, you have that set deck, for example, just do your 10k hit and that's it. That's the basic premise of this fight. Now, can you make it quicker? Well, you can. So instead of doing 5 hits, you can actually do 4 hits instead. Now you might be wondering, how do you do that? Well, you basically just use will cast. Now on these slides, once I post them out and stuff in the Discord, you'll see there's a certain tab that says will cast, and people are wondering, why do I have that as a slide? Because I did mention it before. It's specifically for this Khonsu fight. If you have a will cast Hex pet, stats don't matter, keep in mind, because you are polymorphed, right? If you have a team of 4, of course, you basically do 13,000 with a Hex trap, right? So if all of you guys, each member of your team, have will cast X, and you guys do your 10k hit, basically that is 52k. So instead of having to do 5 hits, you can do 4. Pretty mind-blowing, right? So if you have Willcast Hex, yes. Now I know some people might ask, hey, what if I use Willcast Hex and Willcast Curse? No, you still end up having to do 4 hits anyways. It doesn't make it so it's 3, if that's what you're wondering. I think that's the reason why they're scared to release Willcast Feint. I know some people know that Willcast Feint exists. It's on the wiki. But you know, if Willcast Feint ever becomes a thing, this fight will kind of be jokes, because you can just do Willcast Feint, Curse, and Hex, and that will just kind of make this a very easy fight. So the day Willcast Feint becomes a thing, I will say Khonsu will be like an utter joke. But right now, he's still gonna require 4 hits. Right, I know some people will be like, can I have a Maycast pet that has like a bunch of like Maycast traps and stuff like that or something, or like a Maycast Feint, no, not Maycast Feint, Maycast Mass Feint. Like, sure, but like, don't rely on it, man. Don't rely on it. If it casts, it casts, right? That's the best way to put it. But realistically, you just really need like Willcast Hex, and you can kind of just cheese Khonsu, pretty straightforward. Because I was looking back at the video and I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure we can just cheese this and just use Willcast Hex and give myself free value, because you can cast this round 1, and even when you're polymorphed, you can still use will cast till they make tech that like makes it so you can't use will cast while polymorphed. Well, Wilcast Hex and like certain other polymorph fights, I mean, hey, Wilcasts are always going to be good. Now, of course, in challenge mode, it's a whole different scenario. We'll talk about challenge mode in a different video, but this is just specifically for standard mode. So if you are in with the team of 4, just go for your 10k hits. But if you want to be a little bit quicker, make sure at least one of you guys have like Wilcast Hex on your pet, maybe even 2 of you at least. It will generally make this fight drastically easier, and you'll appreciate me even like saying this at all. So just get yourself a pet that has Wilcast Hex, and you're kind of good to go, and just go for your 10k hit. That's the basic premise of Khonsu, right? Like, yes, there are more cheats, right? And I could talk about them, like all of his different variations of arc bosses, but I'm not going to be including that into this video because realistically, you're going to be doing this with more people. I already know how the community gets. You're going to be doing this with more people. Now, if you're soloing, if you really want to solo, I can make a video talking about soloing Khonsu. But just do it with 4 people, man. I'm just be genuine. Just do it with 4 people. Don't do it with like 3, 2. I mean, yeah, you can. But just keep in mind, when you do get unpolymorphed and you turn back to yourself, make sure you have like cards in your deck. And just at that point, just feint stack and go for like an AoE. And that's Khonsu. That's Khonsu. So hopefully this video was you know, kind of entertaining for you guys. You guys learned something, right? Look at the whole cheese strat and like the regular strat. Khonsu is really not that bad of a fight. I know some players wanted him to be really hard for him being the final boss of Selenopolis, but look, if you really want a final boss fight and you really want to experience this on a tougher level, go try challenge mode and then we can talk. I know so many people have been wanting or have been asking for Khonsu to be harder. Trust me, you do not want Khonsu to be harder. If you want Khonsu to be harder, go do Aeon of Atavis, go do challenge mode of Khonsu. Then you can talk about wanting to buff this fight and make it harder. But for people that like are struggling with the Nightmare Dungeon, like they want something like this so they can get their gear quicker. Trust me, the amount of people that have been complaining about the Nightmare Dungeon is insane because like the barrier to entry is wild, right? Like it's not just something you can just do on the fly. So that's why, like, you know, I'm glad Khonsu is easier just for the casual players, so they can just be like, oh, I'm polymorphed and I have to do 10,000. I have to cast this card that's 8 pips or whatever, because every form has different pip cost. But I have to, you know, cast this card that's 8 pips and it does 10,000 damage. Oh, okay. That's it? Oh, okay. So, like, 30 times of this is really not that bad on paper, and you can cheese it just by using Wilcast Hex, and it requires 1 less 10k hit, and then that's 1 less polymorph cycle that you have to deal with. So yeah, that's Khonsu. So hopefully you guys enjoyed all the videos I put out regarding Selenopolis. There'll probably be a few more, like of course the challenge mode videos, but I would be posting them. But since you know, Selenopolis is going to be out by the time I upload this video, I assume, I don't have time to edit the challenge mode videos right now. I know some people were asking about it. I don't have time, so I won't be posting those yet. I know how to do all the challenge mode stuff, but I'm not going to post a video yet just due to the fact I don't have time. I need some rest and be prepared for tomorrow so I can, like, you know, stream and, you know, record some videos, farm some bosses, whatever, some tedious stuff. So if you do want to see all that stuff, stop by the stream, man. Stopping by the stream will help me out a lot. It does support the channel crap ton. Even just stopping by, leaving a like on the stream, or even stopping by the Twitch channel. Like, I'll be streaming on Twitch and YouTube, so you just kind of pick whatever you want and just stop by. It does mean a lot, so I do appreciate it. But like I said, leave a like, subscribe, all type of stuff. Join Discord if you want to see all these slides. They will be in the Discord. All the previous bosses will be in the Discord as well. They'll be in this like little nice looking Google Slides thing, which, I mean, that's all I use anyways for videos, so you'll see it on there somewhere. Okay, but that is it for me, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.